Hello everyone, this is Isaac White from the Crockett Tavern Museum here in Morristown, Tennessee, and we want to welcome you all to yet another Fun Fact Friday. Now, of course, as you can probably tell through the video, yes, my throat is still a bit raspy, but in the interest of keeping on and continuing these segments as we go, I'm going to push through nonetheless. I hope you're able to understand me fairly well, and we'll continue getting on with these historical videos as we go. But before we dive into the segment for today, or the topic for today, I will say Happy Halloween, okay? As a matter of fact, it's kind of funny, with this clothing on today, I was actually called a vampire. Go figure. People are uneducated. But nonetheless, we want to say Happy Halloween, and also we want to encourage everybody, whether you're going trick-or-treating or you are actually going to a fall festival either today or this weekend, just please exercise safety in everything that you do. I don't think that's too much to ask in return for a little bit of candy, okay? But, so today's topic is not exactly the most historical. And when I say that, I mean it's not something that we could say is cut and dry historical, because a lot of the topics and subject matter surrounding this story in particular are still largely up for debate. And we have a lot of people who believe in it, but others who don't. Now, if you're a native of Tennessee and you think, well, he's doing a video on Halloween and he's talking about something that some people believe happened, others believe it didn't, then you might know where I'm going with this already. But for those of you who don't, the story that we're about to embark upon telling is the story of the haunting of the Bell Witch. Now, the story itself actually begins in and around 1804. It was around this time that John and Lucy Bell, they decided that their North Carolina farm, their homestead, was simply just not big enough for their growing family. So they decided to move further out west in order to try and set themselves up with finer prospects for their family life. And so they decided to move further out west, and in doing so, they finally settled over in Robertson County, Tennessee. Now, once they had went ahead, got their land grant and everything like that squared away, they started building a homestead. They started building a cabin. And in that time, they were also introduced to the locals from the village or the surrounding countryside, and they seemed to have established a pretty good reputation for themselves, because the Bells were described as good Christian folk. Now, they were not exactly the most hilarious, I guess you could almost say lousy campfire company, but they were good, honest, upright folks. Not much given over to jokes. They were very serious, nonsensical, but good people to know nonetheless. And they were also apparently very charitable, because even while they were building their cabin and it was not completed, they would still invite people to come on over and have dinner with them, or have tea or coffee, what have you. So the Bells very quickly established a reputation for themselves in the community as very fine folks and good people to know. But apparently, this was all going to come crashing down within a few years of actually having their homestead established. And this is something that we will have to discuss in our next video. With that being said, I hope you'll stay tuned to follow along for more information about the haunting of the Bell Witch.